Good morning, Chelsea. I am at City Hall this morning and have the pleasure and opportunity to speak with our man in charge, Mayor Tony Picklesimer. We appreciate you being with us.
Good morning, Jeff. Thank you for the opportunity to talk to your viewers.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, you know, I was looking back at our last interview, and it was back in the latter part of February, 1st of March, when COVID was probably at its peak. A year later, almost a year later, what have we learned as a community from COVID?
Well, I think we've learned several things. We are overall a very young community, and so even myself, I thought that COVID would not hit and affect our city like it did some of the metro places or some of the cities that have an older population. But we've learned that COVID does come into even younger, healthy, more healthy communities, and we've seen our share of the virus spreading in our city. But we've also seen some remarkable things happen with testing opportunities come up, and the way our businesses responded by keeping with the state guidelines, and so I think we've learned a lot. I've seen some of our businesses get a whole lot better at their online services, and obviously takeout became a big part of our local restaurants. I've seen some of our retail stores adapt in a very positive way. So it's had a negative effect, of course, but there's also been some positives that's come from it.
One thing early on, hearing about it on the news, you think that, oh, it'll never get here. Or at that time, I know myself, didn't know many people that had COVID. As a matter of fact, I don't think I knew anyone that had COVID. You and your wife actually had COVID, correct?
We did. We tested positive on December 17th and went into quarantine, and it was our 44th Christmas together and the first one we've ever spent alone.
Wow.
And so fortunately we had a pretty mild symptoms that went with ours, but you know, we followed the regimens that our doctor gave us, and took our meds and stayed alone, and worked our way through it, and come out on the other side.
Well, we're glad that you guys made a full recovery, because I know also in our community, unfortunately, we lost some people to COVID, and it is something that even though we're almost a year, well, actually a year into this virus, at times I still feel like that we don't really know that much about it. We're still learning as we go. But one thing that I have noticed, especially during the COVID process, is Chelsea is continuing to move forward. We're continuing to grow, and talk a little bit about that. Talk about our growth and what's lying ahead for Chelsea.
Well, we did have, Jeff, as the economy shut down, and with the government mandated shutdowns, a lot of our commercial and retail projects just kind of went on hold. But we are starting to see some things open up now again. Our business park construction continued, and which we needed that time to get all the infrastructure done, and we're still not complete with all the infrastructure of that. But we have started to see, we've just recently had a closing, and a couple of restaurant announcements are coming pretty soon. The residential market may have slowed a little bit because of the uptick in building materials, but it's starting to gain momentum again. And we have several new things that are on the horizon. This project, the road project that's here on this map, that's right out in front of City Hall, 3947, is supposed to go out to bid. It was supposed to go out to bid in this month, January of 2021. So we are starting to see the wheels starting to turn again, and I'm starting to have people reach out and come in and look in Chelsea at our commercial possibilities at available properties and such. So I'm just starting to see it gain momentum again. And so I expect 2021 to be a big year.
How important is it for us to continue to support our local businesses and shop local, especially with the potential of the new growth?
Well, I'll tell you how important it is. We forecasted for the 1920 fiscal year a 5% increase in our revenues, and we didn't hit the 5%. But we did hit what we did the previous year, and I think we're actually, once it all settles out, going to be up 1 or 2%. It was amazing to me how our citizens went to our local businesses and started and really gave emphasis to shopping local and spending their money here. And some of our larger retailers and stores, Publix, Walmart's, Winn-Dixie, Tractor Supply, they had record years. And so people did shop local. The Amazon, we get a tax from all Amazon purchases. A lot of online purchasing went on here, which is the second best thing for the city compared to spending the money in our own stores. It's the second best thing is to do it online. And the important thing is that people weren't going over the mountain and spending as much as they had in the past. Part of that was self-preservation, just to not be exposed to that, of course, but there was definitely a spirit of let's try to do business with our local businesses, and it really showed up in the city's numbers.
And that is so important, and we need to remember to keep doing that. Just because it's a pandemic, once this is over with, hopefully if things get back to normal, continue to shop local, to continue to support our local businesses, and because it's only going to pay dividends for us down the road, correct?
No doubt about it. And as I mentioned earlier, one restaurant, for example, that their takeout business and online business represented about 20% of their business in 2018. It was up to 56% for 2020. So that increase over that 24-month period from 20 to 56%, that 56% of takeout and online business, that will stay, and then once people start coming back, it will represent an overall increase in their business. Mm-hmm. And so America is we improvise. If things get tough, we do something a little different and improvise, and I've seen that in multiple cases around our city. Well,
I know the businesses and the business owners that I've spoken with, one thing, and it's crazy to think about, but they said with the traffic coming in that they're getting, obviously because of the virus, they've had local people come by and go, I didn't even know that you guys were here, or you sold this, or you sold that. And you think with our community being so close-knit that everyone would know just about everything about every business, but that hadn't been the case. So if there's any positive that has come out of this, it's the fact that a lot of the businesses that may not have had the general population come in and shop or support now do.
They do, and so it's been an eye-opening for a lot of people in a lot of different ways. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And certainly not going to call COVID-19 a blessing.
No.
But because it hadn't been that, but there have been some good things that's come from it.
So is there anything that you can tell us that the community may not know that's on the horizon for Chelsea in the future?
I'm pretty limited as to what I can share about deals that are working until they're done.
But we can still expect growth. In other words,
we can expect growth. You can expect 2021 to be a good year. Have some names come in to Chelsea in the restaurant world that it'll make you smile and you'll certainly recognize. And then expect to see some construction going on. We've got a couple of projects that we know will begin this year. Therachem will begin their office complex at the west end of the Foothills Business Park this first quarter for sure. The racetrack will begin its construction. on the new service center there at the corner of 39 and 280. That will begin probably in the first quarter of this year. And we've got some others that are close. So,
well, good.
Some things working.
So, if there was a quick message that you could give to the Chelsea residents based on everything that has gone on this past year, what would it be?
Continue to be risk averse. Wear your mask when you're in our shopping centers. Wear your mask into the restaurant. The question of vaccination. I'm not going to make a recommendation either way. Because some people want to take the vaccination and some don't. I personally will probably take the vaccination when it's available. I have put a priority on getting the 75 and older, and our first responders, and our COPs, and our frontline workers here, frontline here at the staff that interact with the public, frontline in our municipal court. I'm working toward getting those people vaccinated before I do it myself. My parents, my dad's 90, my mom's 82. It was very important to me to get them vaccinated for COVID. So taking the necessary precautions to keep the spread at a minimum until everyone is vaccinated is something that I think we all should be thinking about.
Well, Mayor, again, I certainly appreciate the opportunity to come in here and speak with you a little bit. And, we have to remember that just keep moving forward. That's what Chelsea is. That's what it's always been.
It is. We've got some exciting things going on here, Jeff, as far as from park standpoint. Our splash pad's coming out of the ground, and it should be open by the 1st of May. That's going to be exciting. The playground is open now, and a lot of people are using it. We've got construction going on. Phase 2 at the athletic complex at Highway 11 is well underway, and it should be ready for fall baseball and softball out there. The Weldon Pavilion now is finished. The 5-mile cross-country walking track, the joint venture between us and Shelby County, is 80% complete now out there. That's exciting. We'll be releasing a drone video of it real soon, and it's going to be great for not only the high school cross-country folks, but it's also good for the public to have that. So we've got some exciting things going on. Our Station 33, our new fire station on 51, is complete and fully manned and operated. So we've got some things that are in the works or just finished that are a great service to our citizens. That's what we work for. We work for the people of Chelsea. We just annexed about 5,000 acres last Monday night,
right,
along the southern part of Chelsea, and we're excited about that. And that's going to open this mass annexation will bring opportunity for more people to come in to the city of Chelsea. And when the census is released in April, we're expecting a little over 15,000 people in our city. So it's exciting to watch it grow, and I look forward to this second term, and we've got some big plans for this next 4 years.
On a side note, you mentioned the census. How did we do with the census?
We did. I think we actually came in second as far as cities in the in Shelby County, where we were number one in 2010, but we were just a very small amount behind as far as participation. So we did good.
Well, good.
Just didn't come in first place, but we did good.
Yeah. Well, we'll get first place next time.
I hope so.
We appreciate your time and look forward to the new building, to the new construction and everything coming up. Thanks,
Got
Mayor.
some exciting stuff coming at the business park.
Awesome. Thank you, Mayor.
Yes, sir.